Let's talk about teams. So in this session, we're going to talk a bit about mesh.
Yes.
Oh,
nice,
what a fun thing. That is only for the young and not the adult people.
Exactly. And I have had a lot of session. And I just love what you're saying because everybody sit and say, no, nobody wants that. It's not something
we don't want to wear
exactly.
something.
And even all with goggles and so on, I know and I don't see where it is. And especially if I have a 2-day sessions, I love it because people are coming back the next day. How is it that you're creating? What were you installing that one? So people want to play with it. So,
and for me, it's growing. And Microsoft, the past half year, they actually put a lot of effort into new updates and so on. And now you actually are capable of using it in different scenarios in your work. So one of the new things is they have put up a new environment.
Like workshop environment.
Yeah, workshop environment. Yeah, it is
it's called actually, the name of the environment is workshop. So
that's nice.
I didn't saw that, but it is a new thing. And what I've seen so far is really amazing. You've tried it more out than me.
I was playing in it, and back to that people are saying, why do we need this immersive space? And yes, if you have a sit-down meeting with 4 people or 6 people or something like that, that's not an immersive space. We need to find the right thing. And workshop is just perfect for the new environment. The new environment is like, you have this big room where there's a sit-down area and a big place where you can have shared contents and so on. So if somebody's presenting or showing a video and so on, all is good. But on the side, there are 2 different kind of, we don't want to call them, discussion room, because we don't want to call them breakout rooms like you have in Teams meeting, but discussion rooms. And then you can split up into 4 groups or 3 or whatever you want, and you can sit and discuss. And those are isolated from the main area. So it is like we are going outside.
We all know these workshop things where you sit together brainstorming and you need to talk about the same slide but in smaller groups, and you get back together and you take it all in plenum. That you're actually capable of doing now.
Exactly, just out of the box. I mean, any Teams meetings, whether of course internal, you can just go into immersive space.
Yeah, so just short, if you're on a Teams meeting already, you can go to the view button, then you can change to immersive space. And then of course you can take the next step, take on your goggles, then you can move around and do like that. I think that the major thing with the new experience of the workshop, that is that you actually have some areas where you kind of define that if you walk inside that discussion room, then it's only the audio from the people inside that room.
Yeah.
And it have been there before on the mesh environment, but that's more been like, you can't really see the borders and where you're walking. So that makes, at least in one of the environments, if you are in one place and you talk, no matter where you are in other places in that mesh environment, you could still hear the person. Yes. And I think that's really cool because normally when we do conversation, I can have a conversation with you. Michael can stand outside and talk with himself, or maybe someone else.
but it's really, you have the workshop environment for it. And of course, I mean, this is the first step. The next is that we begin to be able to adjust in it and, put some branding or some videos and so on. I mean, you still have the contents that are being shared into the meeting, which is really awesome. And one thing that surprised me the first time I thought was that the 4 breakout or discussion rooms, see how it is to use the wrong term for it, but that they will be showing the same content as well. So, I mean, you have the option of if you want to discuss a subject, but you don't want to discuss it open, or if you want to discuss it with different groups and so on, you'll be able to show content for.
So
for
what you're saying, you could actually be able to make a virtual school and make distance learning, actually?
Oh yeah, that could be one way to say, It could be a fun way of doing it, actually.
I was thinking more like if you're organizing this event or this mesh session, then you can actually control what people are discussing in the room.
Yeah.
Because I can still control my presentation, so in case I switch...
next PowerPoint, next question is...
Then there will be on to the next question. Yeah. And then again, as an organizer, then you would also be able to, can't even remember what the name is, but you would be able to talk out
to everybody.
To everybody, so say, let's gather again. So it's
you still have a limitation in. I think it's 16 people in one room, but in one entire environment. But you can have multiple environments, and then you can still have the option to talk to all environments in one. So if you are a controller, then you will be able to say, I want information to everybody, and everybody can hear it. So like a loudspeaker saying, hey, everybody, we are going back into the room. So yeah.
And then again, which products are certified today? Are there any new changes?
Not certified, but accepted. There's not
compatible.
Compatible. I mean, the ones that are using is still the Quest Meta 2 and 3. That's the preferred one when you see it. Apple Vision is becoming more popular. I know that right now, as you're speaking more and more, some of the dev guys that are playing around with mesh environments are testing with that one and having good outcome of it. I think I'm not totally up to date if we still get it into Intune, because that has been some of the problems in the beginning. That
I've heard a lot of complaints about not.
And that was not a mesh thing. That was actually a Microsoft Apple thing. That we have this device and we need to authenticate it so we know that it's okay to put it into a corporate network, because I mean, it is a corporate app, so a device needs to be.
So what about the Quest headset? Are they visible inside Intune, or are they still?
No, they're just turning around.
They just glide through. I really like that.
So, but
security, that's not for me. Let's go.
Let somebody else do that. So.
But really cool. I think that we will see even more new stuff coming to the mesh, new features, new environments.
And we see more and more. And I mean, some of the big thoughts that we have about how to get more in, a lot of interesting stuff are coming soon. How that's not just TenetWise, that we begin to see options for having external in. So some really exciting things are coming up.
One of the limitations right now, only inside your
inside your tenant. So But one very important thing is that, I know we should speed up, but we saw the public roadmap that whiteboarding is coming out. And that's awesome. And it's not just watching whiteboarding.
It's something we have been waiting on, because people can stand up and be brainstorming together, and you will actually probably be able to do it in the discussion rooms as well. I haven't seen it yet, so
that would be interesting to see also how it works. Does it actually?
It's both ways, because I was afraid that if you were in the immersive space, you will only be able to see it and don't participate in it, but you can actually participate in it.
Okay, that's nice.
My thought is, I haven't tried it, my thought is that you need to have the goggles and you need to have the controllers where you actually can do it. With a mouse in a mesh environment is probably very difficult, like drawing with a mouse and playing.
Like signing a document with a mouse. Have you ever tried that?
Exactly. That looks really like a doctor. So I think we will see the same here. But again, it makes perfect sense. If you are whiteboarding, you should be in the full mesh environment with goggles and controllers and so on.
Cool. Lots of new features coming to Mesh. Some of them are there already. So really cool, and looking forward to where they're going to go with this. This was Let's Talk About Teams, this time around RES. Please watch us on all the following sessions if you like sessions like this, or go back on the channel and look at some of the sessions we've done previously. Thanks so much for watching.